Hey fellas, welcome back. This is Rick, another episode on our channel. Today, if you guys do celebrate, it's Happy Lunar New Year. 恭喜发财，新年快乐. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about our yellow S2000, the Rio Yellow Pearl. I know you guys seen it in a lot of video snapshots here and there, but we've never really done a tutorial on all the pieces we do make for the S2000. Everything from the interior bits to the car stereo parts, and a lot of the carbon rock guards and other exterior pieces we make for the S2000. In a future video, we'll talk about I think it'll be a fun video, would be the S2000 CR versus the S2000. There are a lot of differences between the two, and it's a lot more than just a set of wheels, some aero, and a couple unique colors. But that'll be a separate video next time. So today we'll just talk about the Rio Yellow Pearl. This is a 2008 Rio Yellow Pearl CR. We've done a lot of work on this car. A few friends of ours that have driven the car, they said, wow, you guys turned this thing into an Aston Martin, because the inside feels nothing like the one that the Honda came out with, which is all plasticky, right? Ours is pretty much fully dynamatted. It's got Alcantara pretty much everywhere. And where you don't see Alcantara, you see a lot of carbon fiber. So let's dig in and take a look at this car and give you a rundown what we did with our S2000. All right, we're standing outside with the S2000 here. Beautiful day out today, so I figure I'll come outside and just show you guys a quick walk around with the vehicle. The car has a lot of neat stuff on it. Just looking at it from a glance, you can see the first thing that's unique about it is it runs NSX wheels. These are factory 2002 plus NSX wheels. It's got some other neat stuff, so let's take a look around. All right, so as you walk around the car, the first thing you notice is probably this front lip diffuser piece. This piece particular is a carbon cut piece that extends from the CR lip. It just helps to protect the bumper if you were to hit some scrapes. We have daytime running lights hidden under the front bumper that blink amber as well as clear. Black Honda badges. Walking around the car, you can see the 2002 plus NSX wheels. We had these powder coated gray stone metallic. They look really nice on the S2000. The offset is perfect. We had these teamed up with our carbon rock guards, of course. They really help protect the paint chips. So coming around the back of the car, you can see the wheels actually fit really well. This is with no spacers, by the way. These are the 2002 NSX wheels. Carbon rock guards in the rear. I should mention this car sits on Öhlins suspension dampers. Tanabe exhaust in the rear. We have a third brake light hidden underneath. The car's running our privacy magnetic plates, so these are not for road use, obviously, but if you want to use them, they're great for car shows. Just stick them on. You don't have to Photoshop the license plate out. Let's take a look at the inside from the passenger side. So this car's got a lot of pieces in here, so let's take a look. Carbon door handles, power window trims, door cups. It's got our bespoke carbon door sills, finished in black Alcantara carbon with yellow stitching. Passenger vent done in carbon. Radio door. This is our AP2 full carbon radio console piece, the center console. It's finished in matte carbon with gloss carbon accents, carbon e-brake, custom elbow pad. These seats are pretty nice. These are Recaros that we had custom stitched up. They have a unique pattern, so if we walk up to the front, let's take a look at this. It's got a custom embroidered yellow Recaro in the back. Let's get this towel out of the way. We use these just to protect it, but you can see the Alcantara. So to match, we did the inside. So you can see the visors, they all have matching Alcantara. All right, coming from the driver's side, same thing as the passenger side. The large pull handles are real nice. Power window trims, door cups, door sills again. We have our custom bespoke steering wheel, flat bottom. This one's unique because it's got a really special leather insert on the top here. Take a look at that. The airbag was custom stitched as well. AP2 console is matte carbon if you look closely. There's the seats. And then what's harder to see is that we did the 8 pillars too. So the 8 pillars have Alcantara on them. The visors, Alcantara, has a matching stitching. Carbon mirror. And then inside the car again. Let's take a look under the hood. So here from the front end, you can really see the carbon mirror, the steering wheel, even the spoon wipers, all little pieces. Let's take a look under the hood. This car is not running forced induction. It's a pretty simple setup. It's got a lot of spoon bits and pieces in here. This is our custom cover for the engine. Very basic setup. In the trunk is probably one of the coolest little things on this S2000. And as we mentioned earlier, we love good audio, right? But at the same time, we do not want to sacrifice trunk space. And so we built this custom box. This is fiberglass, triple 6W3s. It's designed to be quick removal. As you can see here, it just slides right out. If you're at the racetrack, you slide it back in when you're done, and you're probably thinking, well, what if this thing goes flying? But check this out. The way we designed it, it's held in place by the trunk lid. So when you close the trunk, you can see the hinge comes down and it perfectly fits in that little divot. So that way the box does not move. So no bolts, no screws, no Velcro, easy removal, 2 wires. So I guess you could say I'm kind of a late bloomer because I was never one of those die-hard Honda guys. You know, I've talked to so many people at car meets and car shows over the years, and people always say, man, you're such a hardcore Honda guy. But I am truly not, because I'm a really late bloomer. You know, I didn't even like Hondas when I first got into cars. You know, when I was 16, I think I had a Mitsubishi Eclipse because that's all I could afford back then. And I saved up every penny to get that car. But I mean, Hondas back then, the Integra Type R, the S2000, and it was released in 2000. Those are cars that, I mean, growing up in the Midwest, you really can't own one of these cars. The reason being, if this car just doesn't work very well in the snow or in the cold weather. So you would have to have a second car, right? And you know, I could barely afford one car. So having the S2000 back then was definitely a no-go. But I mean, when the car was introduced in 2000, you know, I think it was selling okay. It wasn't a crazy fast selling car. Honda introduced the CR in 2008, and then 2009 they ended production, right? So between 08, 09, the CRs, I remember they were selling for about 37,000. Actually, here, you know what? I have a window sticker here. So this is the window sticker for this particular car, the CR. So this car back in 2008 was selling for $38,465 according to this window sticker. So I think that was about $3,000 to $4,000 more than a standard S2000. And back then the dealers were not selling these cars, right? So they were discounting them. They were sitting on dealer lots for a long time before they actually were selling these. But then who would have known, you know, 20 years later, these cars are basically, you know, a needle in the haystack, right? So if you can find a clean CR these days, you'll be paying upwards of $60,000, $80,000, $100,000 for one. So I mean, back then the dealer couldn't even sell them, right? Because people are like, why would you want a 2-door Roadster with a hard top and you don't even get a soft top in the car? But I mean, the CRs have really come around just as strong as its, you know, NSX brother, right? And like I said, I'm a late bloomer Honda guy, so I have a lot of Honda stuff here. You know, just behind me, I want to show you a couple of things. You know, besides the window sticker, you know, this is another S2000 we had. It was a 2009 Grand Prix White. We built this car up with everything to look like a CR. You know, the CR body, the wing, the trunk lid, the interior seats. But it was actually an 09 Grand Prix White. I remember we did this because my wife at the time, she doesn't like hard tops. She wants to be able to drop the soft top whenever you can. And with CRs, you just can't do that. If you go out during the day with the hard top on, you're gonna come home with the hard top. You can't just take it off. And if you go out without the hard top, then you're without the hard top the whole day, right? So CRs, they're great cars. They're very collectible. They're very fast. They're fun to drive, but they're not very useful if you want to drop the top while you're out, you know, around town. And then of course the CRs, if you guys remember, they only make them in 4 different colors, right? You got the Apex Blue Pearl, the Grand Prix White, the Rio Yellow, and then the Berliner Black. So those are the only colors the CR came in. They all had the black OEM hardtop on them. And this one you see it here is a 2008. So that's a Real Yellow Pro. I got some little toys here too. I picked these up, I think online. They have the Real Yellow, and then we just got an Apex Blue, so I got a matching Apex Blue one. But yeah, the S2000, I think there's a lot of cool stuff behind these cars. People that like them, they love them. You know, who would have thought that you could have so much fun with only 240 horsepower, right? You know, a lot of guys are like, this car is so slow. You know, it barely has any torque, but the owners of S2000s know that the beauty of this car is not in the high horsepower, you know, like a Supra or like an M3, but it's more in the balanced chassis, the high revving 8,000 to 9,000 redline, and the perfect driving position and perfect shifter. You know, so 240 horsepower is all you need in this car. And I can tell you, we've had these cars. I've owned quite a few of these supercharged, you know, with the Craftworks, the SOS, the Paxton, you know, all these supercharged, you know, turbocharged cars. They're faster than the standard S2000, but none are as fun as, in my opinion at least, not as much fun as a naturally aspirated S2000. So we'll take this car out for a little spin, let you guys hear this car. So I hope you guys enjoyed an inside look at our S2000 CR. This car really does everything well, as stated earlier. And you know, looking at the interior here, the photos, you can see every bit and piece that we addressed on this car was to make it feel more luxurious, comfortable, as well as make it stand out from other S2000s on the road. Honda did a great job with the engine and the chassis on the car, but the interior lacks quite a bit, and this is where we stepped in and added all the upscale premium materials in carbon and Alcantara to give this car an overall amazing driving experience. The best part is, of course, the steering wheel, because you do touch that every day. So every part on this car was finished to make it perfection. "20 years later, Honda has discontinued its S2000. However, at any car show, it still stands out from the crowd and gets respect from pretty much everyone in the car community. If you do take this S2000 out, you'll see that it is just as good as any modern supercar, and it holds its own against any other car on the racetrack. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Till next time, thank you.